So the UN Gaza peace trap here, and this is a Trojan horse. And very interesting that this is pushed through with a 20-point plan. It's poison. And so no wonder that we're seeing judgment on our nation. But understand, we are ambassadors of a far better kingdom. You know, our purpose is to pray for Americans. There's no saving America because we know the Bible, but there is saving Americans. Same thing with Canadians, same thing with Israelis, same thing with Palestinians, same thing with Iranians. I can go on and on and on. No, no person, no believer's purpose is to save their nation. Their purpose is to save the kingdom, the people that belong to the kingdom and bring them into the kingdom. That is our purpose. And that makes all the difference in the world because there's this false light narrative that's not a Christian that says something different and is leading people away from a biblical Jesus. So America has been ripe for judgment for a very long time. Babylon's words in Revelation 18 are just increasingly speak of our nation right now. How much she has glorified herself, pride, and lived deliciously. You know, let's stop right here and just think for a second. The reason why it is so dangerous to be a Christian in America isn't persecution, obviously. It's so
Deception.
dangerous to be a Christian in America because there is no challenge for faith. There is, and it's so watered down. There's there is so much prosperity and there's so much pride and there's so much false teaching and false teachers that the reason why Christians in other nations feel bad and worry about Christianity in America is because they see it's very, very dangerous to not really believe. And I think that's the hardest part about Christianity in America. So many say that they're a Christian, but they don't really believe the Bible. They live deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, this Babylon, this harlot, this false light, false church. For she says in her heart, I sit a queen. I am no widow. I shall see no sorrow. And in a lot of ways, that's it's like it's too big to fail. But we know America does fall biblically, along with all other nations. Israel is the only one that's raised up at the end. All the other nations fall. So our purpose is to save people and not get caught up in the world. So her cup, Babylon's cup, is running over in iniquity. And, you know, notice, don't let it escape you that what just happened with the UN passing for the first time a U.S. resolution putting forward a Palestinian state. The first time. That just happened in New York. New York, I believe it very well could be the seat of Babylon that's destroyed in Revelation 18. So here we see New York. My husband and I were just watching some clips of some of the speakers talking, and there was this one, and it was actually the Israeli ambassador. Um, and it wasn't even him. We paused it, and I just looked because there was this painting behind him. And so he's here, he's at the UN in New York City. And there's this painting behind him that is so satanic in the UN that we had to pause it and go take a look. It had these fallen angel looking creatures all over. It had an angel holding a baby. It had basically the Madonna and baby Jesus, the Semiramis and
Hmm.
Tammuz, and then it had, the big Lucifer looking fallen angel. All this in this painting behind him, and I'm thinking,
Wow.
how many people they wouldn't even think about it. They wouldn't even think about the artwork that is in the UN where these people meet. And a lot of times we'll do that. We'll pause it and we'll look at the artwork because they don't hide who they are in the artwork. But it's very interesting how evil these things are. And we just have grown accustomed to it still. We don't realize, but God does. And God says her cup will be full of iniquity. And understand, Babylon goes all the way back to the head. It all goes all the way back to Nimrod and Semiramis in Genesis. Okay, this is the same Babylon through time. And it just her seat has been in different geographical locations. So Revelation 18:5 through 6, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she has rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she has filled, fill her double. And so when you see these things happen, it's like, we're already in judgment, but judgment is coming. Destruction is coming. And this kind of thing is like the straw that breaks the camel's back. When is it going to be that last straw for this nation? This is very, very troubling. Pray for people. Pray for people that they will receive Jesus before it's too late, before this sudden destruction, which very well could be us, could very well could be the rapture. But this is going to be bad. So here, Trump's Middle East peace plan once backed Israel, now it paves way for Palestinian state. This is, again, this is huge. This is a first. This is the first time America has backed Palestinian statehood, much less put the resolution forward for it. This is very dangerous. So, UN adopts U.S. plan for Gaza, including a line on Palestinian statehood. Two-state push must follow the new Gaza resolution. And so this is the thing, it's pushing forward for the Abraham Accords, pushing forward, which involve a two-state solution. Remember, Saudi Arabia is saying they're not going to join the Abraham Accords until there is a clear pathway to a Palestinian state. So here, who is here in the US right now meeting with Trump? MBS. Okay. They are doing whatever they can for this prized, what do they call it? Covenant. So here, this is, it was US. I'm trying to think, I forget the guy's name that said it today, but here, colleagues, the eyes of history and humanity are upon us. That is very true. This right here is biblical. This is history in the worst possible way, but it is history. Right here, right now, a vote against this resolution is a vote to return to war. That's a lie. This is a vote for war. Time is not on our side, is not on the side of peace. This is not the time for endless debate and lawyering. The clock is ticking. That's true. This is the timepiece, Israel, like a time bomb. So let us vote for this resolution not as a compromise. It's exactly what it is, but as a covenant, guys, for the children of Gaza and for peace that endures for the Middle East, and for a Middle East reborn. If you know the Bible, you know that's a bunch of lies, taking refuge in lies that are very, very dangerous. So, Israeli concern after UN endorses Trump plan with path to Palestinian state. This is a huge, huge deal. But there's so much noise right now. That's one tactic of the enemy. There's so much noise, and there's noise that is rightful. There are some horrible things happening right now. But this right here is a very biblical thing that most people are not even seeing.